Tonight, the official push to get light rail to Cambridge.
This isn't simply just a Cambridge project. It's a project that completes a transit system in the region of Waterloo.
The long talked about plan on the region's road to 1 million people about to hit the council table for a decision. Getting ready for Game 6.
We might win the World Series, and that would be really exciting.
Waterloo Region watches as the Toronto Blue Jays
got him!
Move to within 1 win of Major League Baseball supremacy. The Wild win.
Down 17-3, 8 minutes left. That was a huge win for us.
That sets up a local university football showdown.
So to have a win like that, it's really big.
Guelph and Laurier.
It's definitely a home game for us, but it'll be an exciting atmosphere.
Grinding on the gridiron. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. It's been a big question in Waterloo Region for the last 7 years. Will the Ion Light Rail system ever be extended to Cambridge? A new report to Regional Council recommends they push ahead with it and get the trains running from Fairway Station in Kitchener to downtown Galt. CTV's Jeff Pickle has the latest.
After years of discussion, studies, and reports, staff at the Region of Waterloo finally with a definitive answer for the future of mass transit in Cambridge. A report going to council next Tuesday recommends they push ahead with the LRT from the last stop in Kitchener at Fairway Road to the end of the line, Ainsley Street in Galt.
The surprise is the overwhelming support by regional officials, by regional politicians, by other people throughout the region.
According to the report, 78% of people surveyed support the LRT in Cambridge, including 74% of people in Cambridge.
And that's what this is really all about. It will bring Cambridge in, and Cambridge residents will have benefits from it.
Also in support of the plan, developers.
This has been a long time coming. The region has been working hard to try and bring LRT to Cambridge.
Joseph Pupolo, co-CEO of local builder Paulo Corp, says this type of investment will draw on development.
People are not going to make large-scale investments for a BRT route or a bus route. People are looking for fixed, stable infrastructure.
The report recommendation says that riders should be brought all the way to downtown Galt. That way, the project stretching from North Waterloo all the way to southern Cambridge will be truly regional.
This isn't simply just a Cambridge project. It's a project that completes a transit system in the region of Waterloo.
Along with the greatest benefit, the region says it also comes with the largest price tag, with the project expected to cost $4.3 billion, a number increasing with every year.
And that's true of every project in the city. That's true of everything at the grocery store. It's just something we all face. We deal with it. We move on.
Councillor Craig says none of the cost to build the line should fall on regional taxpayers.
We're expecting the province or the feds together to fund the whole capital project. And we've paid our dues in terms of paying into the LRT and KW. And we're expecting this to be with no expense to Cambridge citizens.
Council is expected to vote on this recommendation next Tuesday, November 4th. Jeff Pickle, CTV News, Cambridge.
Time for a check on the weather as we head over to Alex Pinto in studio on what's been a pretty rainy Thursday. Heard the pitter-patter of rain on our roof just a few moments ago, actually.
Yeah, those showers are pretty much right above us right now. We're seeing some light rain out there, not spitting, actual rain. So if you do have to head outside, maybe grab that umbrella before heading out the door. But that's pretty much been the story today. We've got cloud cover, more wet weather too sticking with us. So when we look at our satellite and radar map, this is what we're seeing at this point right now too. So this, of course, from that low pressure system we were mentioning yesterday too, traveling north from the U.S. and getting into the overnight. Some more rain expected to stick with us as well. Temperature-wise, we are slowly starting to drop. 6 right now for us us here in Kitchener-Waterloo. 7 if you are in the city of Toronto or Hamilton. 7 was our daytime high. We did hit that around 9 o'clock or so this morning. But of course, the big question on everyone's mind ahead of tomorrow, Halloween night, is there going to be rain in the forecast for prime trick-or-treating hours? We're going to break it all down and take a closer look at that a little bit later. Tony.
All right, Alex, thank you so much. Talk to you shortly. Of course, we've been tracking Hurricane Melissa as well. Canada has answered the appeal for help after the hurricane pummeled the Caribbean, leaving a path of destruction and a climbing death toll. CTV's Abigail Beeman now with rescue efforts on the ground and where the aid is needed most.
This family fights tears, surveying the damage to their home in coastal Black River.
If we had stayed, we'd have died.
And at the same time, feels fortunate.
And thank God I can find a bed to sleep on. So even though they are soaking wet, but we can lean them up with the water can drain out. If we even sit up, we will manage. We will manage.
Hurricane Melissa has killed dozens and caused massive destruction across Jamaica, Haiti, and Cuba.
Today, our government is providing $7 million in humanitarian assistance.
That promise from Ottawa breaks down to $5 million for humanitarian partners providing aid such as sanitation and clean water, and $2 million for the World Food Program distributing food and relief. The government says Canada hasn't received any requests for military or personnel help, but stands ready.
We're standing with the Caribbean today, and we'll be here tomorrow to help rebuild stronger, safer, and more resilient.
We think this is going to be a little worse than what the initial reports are looking like.
The group Global Medic has portable water purification units and family emergency kits on the way to Jamaica, offering drone service as well. Rahul Singh says being on an island poses additional challenges.
There's less infrastructure and less capacity for folks to go to. And then with the flooding, and then the flooding sitting there, you've got to get rid of that water.
Tonight, Hurricane Melissa batters on towards Bermuda, downgraded to a still very powerful Category 2 storm. At this point, it's forecast to be a post-tropical storm as it passes Canada's east coast early Saturday morning. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
Here in southern Ontario, family members say they're desperately trying to get in touch with loved ones in Jamaica. One man whose parents moved there for retirement says he was on the phone with them in the middle of the storm when the call dropped. As CTV's Sean Irvin tells us, he hasn't heard from them since.
For a quarter of a century, high school sweethearts Richard and Diane Kitching have been living the good life in Jamaica. Richard's son Jason and daughter-in-law Janine often visit the couple's island home.
They've got a view of the coast from where they live. It's like what everyone dreams about doing. Let's just retire and move to Jamaica.
Richard, a former London firefighter, and Diane fell in love with Jamaica during vacations in the 1980s and 90s. Early retirement allowed them to move there. Over the ensuing years, the couple has ridden out several hurricanes, but never a direct hit. As Melissa approached Category 5, there was fear it could be more threatening. Jason checked in frequently. At noon Tuesday, Diane told her son the winds were high but manageable. 90 minutes later, the situation had changed dramatically for the worse.
It was quite a frantic call. At that time, they were underneath the house because the roof had blown off already and all the windows had been blown out.
As seen on this map, the couple's home lies on the southeastern tip of the island, atop a steep mountain, leaving them few areas to hide. In their last communication with Jason, he learned his parents had moved to take shelter under a concrete porch.
They were quite frightened and they were trying to make their way to the building we call the bunker.
Seconds later, Jason said the phone went dead. He has not heard from his parents since.
I'm just waiting on bated breath to hear their voices and tell me that they are okay.
If they have food, if they have water, if they have a place to rest their heads, like we don't know.
Desperate for information, Janine has contacted every agency available.
I don't know if there's a world where there can be a helicopter that goes to their mountain, but I'm just doing everything I can.
So far, the couple has been told it could be days, if not weeks, before communications are restored.
My dad is quite a resourceful man.
He's MacGyver.
He's a MacGyver.
If anyone can get through this, it's Richard.
In London, Sean Irvin, CTV News.
The days for automated speed cameras are numbered. The Ford government's legislation aimed at forcing municipalities to pull the plug on them has passed. With more, here's CTV's Siobhan Morris.
Less than 2 weeks after it was introduced, the bill that includes turning off speed cameras has cruised through Queen's Park. The government fast-tracking the legislation despite calls for compromise.
I don't think they should remove. Then at the very least, they need to have all the other traffic calming measures installed first.
Roundabouts and speed bumps the Premier believes will do a better job at slowing drivers down. Ticketing stops by November 14th, but there's no arrival time for those road changes.
We'll continue to work with municipalities on future funding throughout the next couple of weeks on additional measures that they can take.
The Liberals think the Premier is on the wrong side of this one.
They protect kids. They protect seniors. They keep our roads safe. So what Doug Ford did today by rushing through this is he said no to the chiefs of police. He said no to sick kids.
It's a study by Sick Kids that found cameras cut speeding in school zones by nearly half.
I don't think the speed cameras have been working.
The bill that bans speed cameras will become law on Monday, but you can still be ticketed and have to pay fines until November 14th. That's also the date the government says that signs warning drivers to slow down have to be up. The plan is to add flashing lights by next September. The protection of tenants' rights, a major concern with Bill 60 introduced last week. Some renters feel violated by the bill.
Imagine working so hard and not feeling like you have a home that's secure.
They say tenants already wait up to 18 months to be heard by the landlord and tenant board to tackle serious issues.
Horrible molds, collapsing buildings and units.
The housing minister trying to reassure renters.
Tenants have tremendous protections. That is not changing at all.
Insisting he's not trying to tip the scales in favor of corporate landlords.
It's about balance, and that's what we're trying to restore to the landlord-tenant board, is to bring balance and fairness to all.
Not convincing to tenants who feel they're already at a disadvantage.
This bill is about making it easier for the landlord you already know wants to kick you out, so that they can jack up the rent for the new tenant.
After a wave of backlash, the government has backed off considering ending indefinite leases, but there's worry the move could be revived. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
All right, now to another story that everyone's talking about. The Toronto Blue Jays had a workout today. Fans getting ready for Game 6 of the World Series. The Jays could win it all at home tomorrow night. The Dodgers won't give up, though, without a fight. As CTV's Allison Hurst found out, there is in Toronto an air of confidence.
On the first pitch of the game,
with a fly ball to deep left,
Davis Schneider hit it out of the park.
No way! No way!
And no one loved it more than his dad.
His meta glasses are a little bit, they're kind of dumb. I don't know why he wears those all the time, but yeah, those are the glasses he was wearing. But you know, it's great to have my family out here.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. up next, doubled down.
And two batters in, they are up 2-0.
Back-to-back home runs to start Game 5.
Oh my God, big win, Babe Schneider, Vladdy Daddy. Plakata. Oh my gosh, the first time ever in a World Series, back-to-back home runs to start a game. It's crazy. I can't believe this right now.
But perhaps the biggest storyline of Game 5, starting pitcher 22-year-old Trey Yesavage and his dominance on the mound, setting a new World Series rookie record with 12 strikeouts.
The guy's only 22 years old and he's playing at like super high level. This is like unheard of. Stuff legends are made of.
Yesavage silenced the star-studded Dodgers offense, holding them to just one solo home run.
It's a crazy world, crazy world. Hollywood couldn't have made it this good.
It's a different pitcher when he has his stuff. You know, Game 1 didn't have a feel for his split, so kind of blown away at what he did.
Also making his former pitching coach proud.
This is an unprecedented outing in a lot of ways, but, you know, specifically with Trey being 22 and only being in the big leagues for 6 weeks, it's honestly one of the best outings, I think, in postseason or World Series history.
The Jays are turning their attention to Game 6, a rematch between Kevin Gausman and the Dodgers' Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who in Game 2 pitched a complete game.
Yamamoto does seem like he's a little bit, but I think it might be because we haven't played the Dodgers that much. So there might, now that we've seen him running,
there might be a plan to make sure something happens for Game 6.
Blake and Austin de Nobrega have big plans for Game 6.
My friend will be over for a sleepover with me, so I hope we can watch them win on Friday.
Watch it for the sleepover?
Yeah. I think we're going to end trick-or-treating early so that we can go back and watch it.
And hope the Jays win the Fall Classic in the 6.
Allison Hurst with that report from Toronto. And as people make their Game 6 watch plans, a mother and daughter from Elmira are figuring out how to squeeze in Halloween trick-or-treating before going to see the game in person. Let's bring in CTV's Krista Simpson with more on this story. Krista, they've got to be just thrilled about this.
Well, Tony, over the course of the Jays playoff run, we've talked a lot about how tough it is for fans to get their hands on tickets. Well, this mother and daughter had tickets handed to them, and they could not be more excited. Megan Bingham and her daughter Ainsley are both lifelong Jays fans who wanted a taste of the World Series. They bought $15 tickets for the Rogers Center Tuesday to watch the game as it unfolded in Los Angeles, when suddenly they were on the big screen.
She was all excited, waving her pom-poms, and there were people everywhere screaming. We had no idea what was going on, and they announced that our entire row won tickets to Game 6.
It took them a second to figure out what was happening. Someone else in the row was the one who told them.
I just froze. Time stopped, but it was wild. Very fun experience.
I was really excited.
That excitement only growing after Wednesday night's win.
Hoffman finishes it off.
Once I found out that we were winning last night and tomorrow is a potential World Series championship game, I cried myself to sleep in excitement and anticipation for tomorrow.
And with some help from other families in Elmira, they've even figured out how to fit in a little trick-or-treating before heading into Toronto.
I ended up going on to a local mom group that I follow in town, and I had 30 amazing women come together and say that if I take her out of school a little bit early, we can go trick-or-treating from 3 until 4.
The pair hoping to witness history.
We might win the World Series, and that would be really exciting.
For those who don't have tickets to be at Rogers Center, there are other places where you can catch the game in a group setting. Guelph is hosting a viewing party outside City Hall Friday evening.
We have a massive screen, great stereo system. We're going to shut the street down in Market Square.
The mayor hoping for a big crowd like they had when the city did something similar during the Raptors playoff run.
It might be cold or whatever. Who cares? Just bundle up, come down, bring your lawn chairs, bring your voice, and bring your crazy Halloween outfits, and let's have a big party.
The Kitchener Public Library is also hosting a watch party at its central branch. People invited to bring their own snacks, though no alcohol. The room fits about 200 people.
Sport has the ability to bring people together, and the library is a great place for families and anyone really to come. It's a free location. You can come as you are and celebrate the Jays together.
And while some sports teams have changed their game start times to not overlap with the Jays, the Rangers will have their normal 7 p.m. puck drop Friday, though fans will be able to catch parts of the baseball game on screens around the building. If the series goes to a Game 7, both the City of Guelph and the Kitchener Public Library will host watch parties on Saturday night. But of course, fans are optimistic that will not be necessary. Historically, Game 6s have been good ones for Jays in the World Series. Tony.
Oh, Krista, many of us remember 92 and 93, so we'll see what happens. Krista Simpson, thank you so much. An organization with almost 8 decades of community roots looks to start a new chapter. Coming up, CTV's Karis Map on the plan to rebuild the Royal Canadian Legion in Preston.
I'm Heather Centerman at a haunted house in Baden, Ontario, where a single mom has built something spooky, but it's not just to entice trick-or-treaters. It's also for a good cause after her son was diagnosed with a rare type of cancer. That story is just ahead.
Many of us seeing plenty of rain out there this hour, but yes, trick-or-treating on top of many people's minds. We'll break down when the system could pass in your full forecast coming up.
Download the CTV News app and stay on top of local stories as they unfold.
We go to a dramatic scene unfolding.
Customize your feed and watch live wherever you are. CTVKitchener.ca, your home for news.
Preston is getting a new Legion. The current building's almost 80 years old, and the organization says wear and tear and accessibility needs mean it's time for a new home. CTV's Karis Mapp tells us about the plan.
It's the end of an era for Preston's Legion Hall. The Veterans Club in Cambridge has sat on Westminster Drive since 1947 after it was transported from Port Albert.
It was purchased there, disassembled, brought here, reassembled, and it's been the Preston Legion ever since.
Aging infrastructure and accessibility concerns meant it was time for an upgrade.
We have just been running into a lot of this has broken down and that has broken down.
Initially hoping to renovate the space, staff said the addition of an elevator and other improvements would cost too much.
Right now, if anybody has accessibility issues, they have to go outside into the elements and come upstairs to where we are in the hall here now.
Instead, a building committee is now drafting plans for a one-story replacement.
The layout of it is going to be washrooms, bar, and kitchen in the center so that it can feed and service both sides, lounge and hall.
Members won't have to go far. The new building will stay on the property in the Legion's parking lot.
I think that's a great idea. This building was put here years ago and it's become to the point where it's too old to fix up.
$4 million is coming from the city of Cambridge, but the Legion will also host fundraisers and apply for grants. Cambridge altogether has a total of 3 Legions, including one in Hespeler and Galt. But officials here at Branch 126 say even after construction is finished, the trio of local Legions will remain independent. Although some members say they will miss the current building, they're looking forward to the new spot.
It's about time. I was born and raised here in Cambridge. This building was here then. And I'm an old guy, so.
I'm excited. I said I'm going to have a state-of-the-art kitchen to work in. Isn't that wicked?
I cannot wait to give the community a brand new kitchen, a brand new bar, and it's going to be beautiful.
Construction is estimated to begin late spring, early summer of 2026, with the project wrapping up in 2027. Karis Mapp, CTV News, Cambridge.
Well, a family in Baden is all ready for Halloween, not only with spooky decor, but with a plan to use the night of trick-or-treating to help raise money for McMaster Children's Hospital. CTV's Heather Centerin joins us live now from Goldschmidt Crescent in Baden. Some haunted sights and sounds that I can hear. Heather, seems like a really elaborate display that's probably hard to miss.
And as you can imagine, it is a popular place to trick-or-treat, Tony. Now, this year, they're expecting around 800 people to come through. Every year, they go all out. This year is no exception, and they pick a different theme every year. So this year, the house is actually a pirate ship. Right now, we are in the inside of the pirate ship. On the outside, there's skeletons hanging from the ship. There's even a skeleton walking the plank. And instead of a front lawn, it's actually water with creepy sea creatures coming out of the lawn. It's all really, really elaborate, and it's all also for a good cause. So not only are people encouraged to come out and enjoy the amazing display, they're also asking people to donate. A single mother is behind all of this, and she says she does it all herself on nights and on weekends. In June, one of her sons, a 17-year-old, was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a type of rare blood cancer, and he began treatment at McMaster's Children's Hospital. So far, he's had 9 rounds of chemotherapy. So she does not want to show her son on camera or make his name public, but she says she wants to do something tangible to make sure advances in medicine keep continuing for future kids who need support. So money raised will go back to McMaster Children's Hospital. By mid-afternoon today, they raised about $3,000, more than the $2,500 goal.
Oh, I just want to say thank you. I'll start to cry. It's been an emotional time. It's been scary, and we can be as positive as we want that we were lucky. It's Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's very treatable. The hospital knows what they're doing. But it's not fun seeing your kids sick. It sucks. And having my friends know, do you need a walk, do you need meals, being there for us. I'm a single mom, I spend a lot of time alone, so it's meant everything, that knowing that we have a community thinking about us all the time.
A lot of hard work goes into putting this all together. And of course, the spookiest day of the year is tomorrow, so you can come check it out and you can donate there. They've actually already had some cash donations as well, and you can also donate online. A link for that website is on our website, ctvnewskitchener.ca. Tony.
Love this story. What a good cause. What a great setup. Let's remind people again, Goldschmidt Crescent in Baden. CTV's Heather Senator reporting live. Thanks, Heather. Okay, downtown Elmira now on a windy and rainy Thursday evening. This has kind of been the story of the day today, as Alex told us it would be. Right around midday, that rain moving in and on and off throughout the rest of the day. So how's Halloween looking? Alex is back with an update on that in just a couple of minutes. Also ahead, technology with Waterloo Region Connections, helping players warm up in the big leagues. How artificial intelligence is helping sluggers try to solve pitchers. And later, a reality check on the federal government's promise to help Canadians tackle the rising cost of living. Well, while we were in the commercial break, somebody, I don't know who it was, somebody around the studio here had a really good word to describe the weather today. Miserable.
Miserable. That's one way to put it.
It's such a simple term, but it really really does speak to what we've been seeing today. Not only because it's been rainy, but, you know, it's that cold, damp, late October to early November feel that has you just wanted to be inside and turn the heat up a little bit.
Yeah, turn the heat up, maybe get under a blanket. I think Leanne and I were chatting about tonight would be a good night for maybe a grilled cheese and a soup.
Ooh, I'm jealous. I can't do that.
Right? It's okay. You can have it maybe over the weekend.
For
but
sure.
Yeah, it's a bit dreary still out there this hour too. That rain still coming down for much of southwestern Ontario, including Elmira. So we take a live look outside. That cloud cover expected to stick with us. Gusting winds too, we're noticing about 40 kilometers an hour or so with those gusts coming from the northeast right now. So it is starting to cool down. It is windy, it is wet, it is, like Tony said, a little bit miserable maybe out there. So if you do still have plans to maybe walk the dog this evening, you'll want to make sure you grab those rain boots, the umbrella, and of course that rain jacket. Now, of course, everyone asking, how's it going to be looking for prime trick-or-treating time? We're going to take a look at that in just a few seconds, but first we got to get through the system that we are seeing out there this hour. So more cloud cover, more rain expected to stick with us getting into the rest of the evening and into the overnight. It should lighten up a little bit early in the morning for your Friday. By noon or so, that's when it should pass for most of us, and we potentially should be in the clear. So keeping our fingers crossed that stays that way, but that's what it's looking like at this point. That said, mainly cloudy. That is expected to still stick with us getting into tomorrow. So it might be a little bit on the chillier side, and might want to maybe add a layer or so, but not too bad in terms of kind of beating, I guess, if you will, the wet weather. So some happy kids for trick-or-treating tomorrow. We could see a little bit of some scattered shower activity getting into your Saturday at this point as well. In terms of rainfall amounts, right now we are expected to see about 15 millimeters of rain or so for us here in Waterloo Region by Saturday evening. So what we're seeing now leading into that, 17 millimeters expected for Brantford, 15 in the city of London. Temperature-wise, yes, we are starting to go down. So further to the north, 6 right now in Moosonee, 3 in Pickle Lake, so quite chilly over there. 7 in Timmins this hour. 7 degrees was our daytime high for us here in Waterloo Region. We hit that around 9 o'clock or so this morning, but we are starting to go down a little bit. It is currently 4 in Mount Forest. And for us here in Waterloo Region, yes, we've already gone down a degree, so 5 right now here for Kitchener, Waterloo. So we are slowly getting used to those, well, fall-like conditions, especially with a little bit of rain. Not ideal in terms of getting outside and enjoying that, but good news, some sun could be in store for the weekend, which we'll take a look at in just a moment as well. So 4 degrees is our expected low overnight. Again, the periods of rain expected to stick with us right through the overnight hours, and it should end by the morning. Cloudy then, 40% chance of showers overall for your Friday, with a high of 9 degrees expected. In terms of our almanac, yeah, we're pretty much sitting around seasonal or close to seasonal seasonal for this time of year. And that sunrise and sunset. So we are getting closer and closer to the 8 o'clock mark in terms of that sunrise and that sun setting at 6:16 p.m. And I know we've talked about it for a couple of days now over the weekend. So Sunday, 2 a.m., that's when we fall back by 1 hour. So your phone's clocks should update automatically. But if you do have a manual one, you will have to do that. So keep that in mind for the weekend. So yes, in terms of tomorrow, yeah, the good news. So it won't be a washout for prime trick-or-treating or I guess cheering on the Jays, but you might be inside obviously for that part of the evening. 30% chance of showers, Waterloo region for your Saturday before we could see a little bit more wet or sunshine in store for your Sunday. And Lambton, Kenton, Essex, just a 40% chance of showers we're seeing for your Halloween Friday with a high of 12 degrees before that sun is expected to roll in and stick around for pretty much the entire weekend, which is nice to see. And Southern Georgian Bay, high of 8 degrees tomorrow, low of 3. You should be dipping down 2 for your Saturday overnight low of -1. And here is tonight's Weather Watcher picture. Karen Allen sharing this beautiful photo showcasing just a touch of frost from earlier in the week with, of course, some more beautiful colors in Listowel. The trees, Tony, really putting on quite the show.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Karen, for setting this and being tonight's Weather Watcher. I feel like we've been getting just like a little bit of an extra stretch in terms of those peak fall colors.
Yes, and, you know, nice when the sun is out. Not so nice today when the rain and the wind are making all those leaves disappear from the trees.
Yeah, we can hear that rain still coming down quite hard.
We certainly can. And thanks for the reminder, by the way. You got me excited because I just remembered we get an extra hour of sleep Saturday night.
We all need it after the week we've had, staying up till 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, midnight.
Yes. And who knows, tomorrow night and Saturday night as well. So it will be needed no matter what. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Robots are now replicating reality for Major League Baseball teams. Hitters can face any pitcher from any team at any time, thanks to an AI pitching machine created by 2 University of Waterloo alumni. CTV Spencer Turcott shows us the game-changing tech being used in the big leagues.
On baseball's biggest stage, teams are searching for any advantage against opposing pitchers.
Trey Savage. Yeah. He throws from an extremely high release point. You've never seen him before. How did you prepare for him?
I mean, we did a lot of traject at home, getting used to him.
The Traject Arc pitching robot, created by a pair of University of Waterloo grads, is shaking up Major League Baseball by replicating pro pitchers.
You're actually able to visualize the delivery. And not only that, the machine will move left and right to any release point.
The technology allows you to pick anywhere you want the ball to be thrown inside the strike zone. So, for example, this one's going to go up and inside to a right-handed hitter.
The Mississauga-based company is working with 25 MLB teams and their affiliates. They can project directly on screen to scale the pitcher they'll be going up against while the machine emulates the exact release point.
We actually doubled down on the ability to replicate the visual cues that the batter's going to see and go to that extra level of specificity to see that hand pronation.
The advantage generally lies with the home team. At over 1,000 pounds, the Traject Arc doesn't travel with players. Both the Dodgers and Blue Jays have referenced it in recent weeks.
It's something that's tough to replicate, you know, from video or Traject, whatever you want to call it.
The Traject team is constantly adapting.
Even rule changes like the ABS that's coming up next year, we were prepared for that. We have that integrated into our product, and the second that it's ready, we're ready for it.
The tech has even forced some rule changes of its own.
The teams are really the ones who lobbied to be able to use it in game with MLB. We had to make custom modes in the app to auto-detect that a game was happening, cut off certain features, and make sure it was fitting within the rules.
World-changing tech used in the World Series and being considered for other sports around the world. But for now, they're keeping their eye on the ball. Baseball, that is. Spencer Turcott, CTV News.
Great story from Spencer. Thanks so much for that. All right, battling for the best in burger coming up. The contest that has Guelph area restaurants once again grilling their way to a big win for community charities. Many families are struggling to make ends meet and increasingly relying on food banks. Ottawa's vowed to tackle the cost of living in its upcoming budget. But how? CTV's Heather Wright has a closer look at what's needed.
In her spare time, Annetta Wozniak bakes. Cream puffs, tiramisu, beautiful cakes. It's a passion of hers, but also a way to try and make some extra money.
It's a huge challenge to live in downtown Toronto.
Wozniak is one of the millions of Canadians living paycheck to paycheck. She's a single mom and has a job, but is struggling. She uses the food bank where she also volunteers, but fears she may soon be evicted as she struggles to pay rent.
I don't pay fully rent because I don't make enough. My one income, it's not enough for me and my daughter. But I'm doing my best.
With the Carney government set to unveil its first budget next week, people like Wozniak will be watching for anything that might make their lives more affordable. The Liberals have already announced plans to make the National School Food Program, which provides meals to 400,000 children, permanent. Ottawa will also start automatic benefits for the 2026 tax year that will ensure 5.5 million low-income Canadians receive eligible tax breaks, including the GST HST credit, the Canada Child Benefit, and the Canada Disability Benefit. There could also be tax breaks to help those working in skilled trades and personal support workers. But financial experts caution it's unlikely the federal budget will include anything that will make an immediate impact on affordability.
I can't imagine anything in the budget that is going to be even targeted specifically for you that's going to be material enough to take you from being in a situation of financial despair to one of financial success overnight. That's just an unrealistic expectation.
While the government is expected to increase spending in certain areas, the Prime Minister has also warned of sacrifices that will have to be made during this time of economic uncertainty. Heather Wright, CTV News, Toronto.
All right, Leanne Evans in studio with a look at our top stories as we hear that staff at the region of Waterloo, Leanne, now recommending that light rail extension into Cambridge.
Yeah, and the report recommends the full extension of the LRT from Fairway Station in Kitchener to downtown Galt. It comes after years of discussion. According to the report, 78% of people surveyed support the LRT in Cambridge, including 74% of people in Cambridge. The project is expected to cost over $4 billion, with the hope the province and federal government will cover those costs. The report will go to council next Tuesday. People across the North Caribbean are assessing the destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa as the death toll continues to climb. In Haiti, at least 25 were killed and another 18 are missing. In Jamaica, government workers and residents began clearing roads in a push to reach isolated communities hit by the storm. Melissa is forecast to pass near Bermuda late Thursday and may strengthen further before weakening Friday.
Okay, and Leanne, online, looking at what our digital team is working on. I'm just looking at this for the first time right now. Interesting. An investigation underway in Guelph. A large amount of whipped cream stolen.
Sounds silly, right?
Yes.
But it's a lot and worth a lot. Police are now investigating after a trailer was stolen, and inside of it, $80,000 of whipped cream. For more information on the investigation, you can read that story on our website, scan the QR code, or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. $80,000 worth of whipped cream has to be a lot of whipped cream.
Yep. I know I sound like a broken record, but I'm going to say it again. Just when you think you've seen it all,
exactly,
we have something else.
I know.
Right. Lots more on our website. Thanks, Leanne.
Thank you.
Well, the ultimate burger battle is back. After a strong launch in the Guelph area last year, the United Way contest is aiming to cook up another recipe for success. CTV's Ashley Bacon has details.
Grilled to perfection with a side of community support.
It's really sort of like a win-win-win. It brings people together around a food that a lot of people love. It supports local restaurants, and then at the same time, it provides funding back to food security initiatives.
For the second year, the United Way Guelph Wellington Dufferin has launched its ultimate burger battle, challenging local restaurants to come up with the best bite, with part of the proceeds going back into the community.
$2 that's donated from a burger will actually have a huge impact.
This year, 7 restaurants from Guelph and 1 from Elmira are participating, with chefs showcasing their culinary skills.
Our burger is made out of house-made bun. It has a 6-ounce burger patty, chuck brisket blend ground beef with smoked pulled pork, house-made onion rings, some house-made Dijonnaise, and some just iceberg lettuce.
I think cheese and bacon makes the best burger, and of course the sauce.
Pineapple Express Burger, it's a combination of 2 of our liquors that we put together. We have our barbecue sauce, which is infused with our spice rum, and then the pineapple is infused with a Café Noir, which is similar to a Kahlua. And so we soak that overnight, grill both of them up, add a little Monterey Jack, spiced Monterey Jack to it, and crispy onions.
The Bar Mason at the Delta Hotel Guelph are the reigning champions and are looking to repeat on last year's success.
What makes a good burger for a burger contest is something that would resonate with 10 different judges.
Now, if you're looking to get your hands on one of these 8 burgers, you have the entire month of November to do so. Ashley Bacon, CTV News, Guelph.
Now I am hungry. Okay, if you want to get your hands on these burgers, you have until the end of November. We've got a full list of participating restaurants over at ctvnewskitchener.ca. Squeaking into a big spot in Ontario University football playoffs. Coming up, Colton Weens on how the Guelph Griffins pulled off an incredible win over Western to set up a Highway 7 showdown. A big weekend's on tap in university football. The Highway 7 rivalry has the Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks hosting the Guelph Griffins in the Ontario University football semifinals after Guelph squeaked into the game with a wild finish over Western last week. CTV's Colton Weens sets up the showdown.
And if you slip up and don't have a good game, then you don't get to play the next week. So we're in that situation now.
The Wilfrid Laurier Golden Hawks getting set to host Guelph in the Ontario University football semifinals on Saturday.
We just do what we've kind of been doing all season, and that's be in the moment, focus on ourselves, focus on us and us playing our football.
Laurier enters the matchup undefeated and the top-ranked team in the country. But Guelph has some confidence, coming off a wild win over Western last week, where a last-second missed field goal from freshman kicker Trey Thompson ended in a 1-point rouge as Western couldn't get out of the end zone.
Doesn't have room, throws it back. Why didn't he kick the ball? They win by the rouge.
It missed, but it ended up being a rouge in this Canadian football, so we won the game at the end of the day, so I couldn't really be too mad. I just had a smile.
But before the walk-off rouge, Guelph made a fourth-quarter comeback to give them a chance to win.
Down 17-3, 8 minutes left. That was a huge win for us. Just happy everyone rallied together.
Our season ended there last year, so it's kind of been 12 months in the making. Really proud of the way the guys played.
And stopping a Griffins comeback is exactly what's on the minds of Laurier. When the two teams met in August, Guelph scored 4 touchdowns in the second half and almost won on the last-second Hail Mary.
Work on communication. I feel like that's the baseline for everything, and that's what happened in that game in the second half. There was some lapse in communication a bit, so we've grown a lot, especially with 8 games having passed for us.
But all we're thinking about is that week 1 performance they had against us and how close it is, so we're going to respect them.
Guelph's head coach spent several years with Laurier and says there's a level of comfort playing in Waterloo.
You know, what's nice for our guys is they get to sleep in their own beds. You know, it's only 45 minutes down the road. Every year we play them in the off season. So it is a very familiar place, and we've played there a ton. It feels familiar for us, which is great.
Kickoff at University Stadium is at 1 in the afternoon on Saturday. Colton Weens, CTV News, Waterloo.
Should be a good game. Lots of exciting sports coming up. All right, and more news in just a moment. First, let's check in with Alex.
Cloudy sky and more wet weather still coming down this hour. I'll let you know how much more rain we could see by the morning in Wake Up Weather coming up after the break.
Okay, Leanne's back as we look ahead to CTV News at 11:30. Leanne?
Well, Tony, we told viewers earlier this week how residents have noticed something a bit unusual at a Kitchener roundabout. 2 hydro poles standing in the middle of the street. It's at Ottawa and Westmount, where a big construction project's underway. Well, we went to find out today if the poles were still there. We'll tell you if we found them at 11:30. Tony.
Okay, Leanne, thank you. And before you go, want to tell our viewers, Leanne is going to be our Bremner Boulevard correspondent tomorrow night, right outside the ballpark for the Jays game.
Can't wait. It's going to be epic. Hopefully they win the World Series tomorrow night, and I'm there to witness it.
Oh, that would be incredible. And we look forward to your pregame report tomorrow, Leanne. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
And Alex is here with our look at Wake Up weather for the all-important Halloween morning.
Yes, Halloween morning. I mean, if we're going to get a lot of rain, we'd rather get it Halloween Eve, right? Not when we're going to be out trick-or-treating with the kids. By tomorrow morning, though, we should be hitting around 5 degrees by 6 a.m. Cloudy, we could see a bit more of that rain sticking around. By 10 a.m., though, it should lighten up to about just 30% chance of showers, mainly cloudy conditions. And like we said, around noon or so is when that system should pass, making its way to more towards the east. And it looks like we might be good for trick-or-treating conditions.
Oh, and on that note, let's take a look at some more amazing Halloween home displays.
Yeah, little ghost goblins getting to get those costumes ready, and the treat bags lined up. So we've been showcasing several of these here during CTV News at 6 and online, starting with Julie from Kitchener sharing this Halloween display, and it is a very colorful one. Few friendly characters mixed in with some spookier ones, but
I like that.
Pretty nice. I do like
to see some smiles on Halloween.
Yeah.
And if you're a fan of haunted houses, this could be for you. Great display on Highbrook Street in Kitchener. The kids get to go through the display, and parents and caregivers should know they're also accepting monetary or food donations for the Food Bank of Waterloo Region.
All for a good cause. Okay, finally, this house decked out from one of our own colleagues, Heather, who works in our control room in the city of Toronto, from lights to a graveyard, massive spider web, just a few things to make your skin crawl as well, all set for Halloween night.
Heather,
That's
who's
pretty good.
In the control room right now, and I don't know how she has time to work after setting up this display. Looks fantastic.
So impressive. My house does not look like that. Of course, you want to check out more submissions and addresses online as you're going to plan out your trick-or-treating route. We're going to help you out. CTVNewsKitchener.ca. You can find all the details over there, and it is filling up fast.
Love it. Check that map out and plan your day. And thanks for watching. We'll be back here with your next local news tonight at 11:30, right after the CTV National News. We'll see you soon. Have a good night.
Take care.